Join me on the dark side of the Force. My son, it is the only way.
We would be honored if you would join us.
This is a topic many have asked me to cover. However, it's difficult to give a direct answer that corresponds with the new canon Disney announced. So I'm going to talk about three things while leaving the best for last for our hopeful answer here. First, we'll see a deleted scene from episode 6. Second will be a piece from the comic Star Wars issue number 6, which is canon from Marvel. And third will be a licensed statue collectible that has an Easter egg confirming this theory. First, however, let's check out that deleted scene from Return of the Jedi. Now, this was a scene that was cut from the original film as to make Luke's first appearance more of a dramatic entrance at Jabba's palace. Now, I'm sure he wasn't making the lightsaber for the first time here, rather just tinkering with it before he gave it to R2 for his later escape over the Sarlacc pit. While this doesn't provide info for our answer here, it does show that Luke did make this lightsaber himself and understood the mechanics of assembling and disassembling one, at least as much as we can assume. This leads us into the next point, which is the comic Star Wars issue number 6, which came out in 2015. This is on the Marvel website as an e-comic and also published by them, which you can find online and in stores. In the comic, it goes over some topics that I think are interesting for other videos. However, the comic basically revolves around Luke returning to Tatooine after the events of episode 4. Once back on his home planet, he searches for Obi-Wan's journal and the chest that it lays in. Upon his pursuit, he gets bombarded by Boba Fett.
You got a price on your head.
Sent by Darth Vader. In short, he beats Fett and takes Obi-Wan's old chest. As the comic nears the end and Luke orders R2 to fire up the converters, we see the last page end with Luke holding this book, which reads, "The Journals of Ben Kenobi." Now, in this journal, through older comics that are now legends, it has been stated that the journal that Luke found, there is a part inside where Obi-Wan descriptively goes over how to build a lightsaber and the parts that are needed. As well, in this chest, according to lore, was the crystal of Qui-Gon Jinn. This leads us into our third point. However, I would like to say that my theory is that Obi-Wan left the crystal in there from Qui-Gon's lightsaber after his battle with Darth Maul from over 45 years ago. And now, Luke used the instructions in the book to make his lightsaber, with Obi-Wan's master's old crystal. This would make sense why Luke's lightsaber in Return of the Jedi looks almost identical to Obi-Wan's, because he followed the same blueprint. As for the crystal turning green, well, Luke was strong in the Force, and that's essentially what green lightsaber wielders are indicative of. So it could happen if Disney really wanted to make this canon. I'm not sure if they will though. Now, finally, look at this statue collectible of a middle-aged Obi-Wan. It looks perfectly like a mix between Ewan McGregor and Alec Guinness. What I'd like for us all to examine is this right here, on his travel pack. It's both Anakin's and Qui-Gon's lightsaber. I can confirm that because it's a Sideshow collectible, which is licensed by Star Wars. Look here, it even says on their website of the statue that it includes both Anakin and Qui-Gon's lightsaber. So why would Obi-Wan be carrying both lightsabers? He must have done something with Qui-Gon's. It seems like the old worlds are colliding with the new, and if the math is done right, then hopefully Disney makes this canon. That would tie into the story so well. Do you think Luke will talk about this in episode 8? As a fan, I can only hope. What do you guys think? Is it Qui-Gon's crystal? Or did Luke just get this crystal from somewhere else that we may never find out, or we'll find out a totally different story in episode 8? Who knows? I'd like to hear your opinions below. Thank you so much for watching this episode, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends. I appreciate every single one of you. And if you did enjoy the video, do hit like and support the channel. Thank you very much. I will see you all in tomorrow's episode of Star Wars Theory. Same time, same place. But until then, remember,
The Force will be with you, always.